think Israel has more powerful propaganda than Hamas?
Oh, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, I don't think they have. I don't think they're putting the money in the propaganda.
I forgot about the Hamas American super PAC that buys all of our Congress.
Dude, it's so beautiful when you can't be bought and you're standing on the right side of history, because it's like the truth costs nothing. They need all of this. They need the whole apparatus. They need every bit of money and power and resources to keep the lie going. But the truth is very simple.
God says that America will be blessed if we do stand.
Here we go. Here we go with fucking insane zealotry from a Zionist pastor.
With, to some great degree,
this is where I think we come into an issue, because we all agree that America is heading in the wrong direction. I think we all agree that. So how can we claim that we've been blessed for supporting Israel all these years when clearly America has suffered since we've been supporting
America
Israel?
Suffered because we've had some lousy leadership, no doubt about that. But
they all supported Israel?
As far as the politics.
They all supported Israel, every single one of them.
They said they did.
Name a president that didn't go and kiss the Wailing Wall.
Joe Biden was not very friendly towards the Jewish people. He would have done everything he could.
That wasn't the question.
What's that?
Name a president that didn't kiss the Wailing Wall.
Oh, I have no idea on who did or did not kiss the Wailing Wall. JFK.
Only one.
Okay.
That's what I just made a video sketch on. That's funny.
We all know what happened.
So our good friend James Lee, our good friend who recently fired from Breaking Point's James Lee, fired for doing too good of a job. He tweets out, in her recent Fox interview, Erica Kirk claimed that Charlie Kirk's chief of staff. Erica claimed that Charlie Kirk's chief of staff, Mikey McCoy, called her within seconds of Charlie getting shot. But Andrew Colvett and the TPUSA folks say, no, he was not on the phone. We are going to need to see all those call logs, Mikey McCoy. So listen to what James Lee has found out. He's saying that Erica Kirk accidentally let the cat out of the bag. Let's listen.
Did Erica Kirk just accidentally expose TPUSA for lying?
How did you find out Charlie had been shot?
Was at my mom's doctor's appointment. I put my phone down and it was on silent, so I had no reason to look back at it. I moved my mom. I went back to grab my phone, and that's when Mikey started calling me. Called me within seconds.
She said that Mikey called her within seconds, which does line up with this clip of Mikey McCoy, Charlie Kirk's chief of staff, picking up his phone as soon as Charlie was shot. We talked about this a couple weeks ago and about how bizarre and weird it was, his reaction, not running, not jumping to Charlie's aid, but instead making an immediate phone call, kind of like he knew that things were about to go down. Not saying he did, but that's what it looked like. And this led to the TPUSA folks responding, saying, no, Mikey was actually not on the phone.
They're alleging that he was on the phone immediately. He was not. He was taking social videos, which he would send to our group chat, which we would then put on Charlie's social while the event was happening, so you could see like the crowd come in or his interactions. And we were only 2 questions into this event, so he was still getting it out to all the chats he needed to do, which he did at every event. He turns around, and it was so blaringly loud, I'm told. You would know this better than I, but this is what I'm told. It was so blaringly loud, and he was so shell-shocked, he put his fingers in his ear, but his phone was still in his hand.
Okay, so now we have 2 different sides of the story. Erica says that Mikey called her within seconds, but Andrew Colvett here says that Mikey was not on his phone, but rather just putting his hands up to cover his ears from the loud noise. Some may see this as a small detail, a potential small lie, but what I'll say to that is people who tell small lies also tend to tell bigger lies at some point. So Mikey, we're going to want to see that call log.
Okay, so the idea that Mikey McCoy put his fingers in his ear before Charlie Kirk even hit the ground. Did you see in that video? He turned and walked away like a zombie, like this, like this. And they're trying to tell you that it was too loud, so he was just trying to cover his ear with his phone.
He was covered in blood.
If it's too loud, this is how you do it. I got the phone in my hand and I put my fingers in my ear. Who the hell puts their fingers in their ear in the middle of a shooting or right after a shooting? Did he also put blinders on his eyes so he couldn't see too? Who wants to not be able to hear what's going on? That is such a bull crap. assertion. I can't. So, because if he really did want to cover his ears, he would cover them like this. Look, I've got a phone in my hand. Look, watch this. I've got 2 phones in my hand. I still put my fingers in my ears. I got 2 phones in my hand. I go like that. I don't go like this. I go like that because this doesn't cover your ear, numbnuts, and everybody knows it. You don't go. You go. If he really wanted to do that, he would go like this. And
also,
not like this. You don't go, oh, I got to cover my ears. Hang on. No.
Even if he did do that, the official story from his lying fuckbad fake Christian heretic father was that he called him to call all the pastors to pray right after, like that quickly after the shooting, not 911 or something, obviously. And then the phone records say he called Erica Kirk. So there's already like, hey, even if that were true, that's what you do with your phone, there's already like a whole bunch of other lies here that I would like cleared up. Besides that, maybe you're just a weirdo that does that and you put your phone and you stand there shooting. Why is it they're saying you called your dad to call other people to pray?
Said you called your dad, said you called Erica. These guys are saying you weren't on the phone, you had your fingers in your ear. But of course, if that was it, you would put your finger in your ear, not a phone up to your ear. And of course, why would you turn immediately before Charlie Kirk even fell off the chair? He's still sitting up. Mikey McCoy had already turned and walked away like a zombie. And then, of course, his pastor, the lying BS artist, used car salesman, Rob McCoy, gave a sermon where he said Mikey was covered in blood, and he immediately started directing what to do. He didn't do any of that. Mikey McCoy turned before Charlie Kirk ever fell off the chair and was a dot in the distance. He wasn't anywhere near Charlie Kirk. He wasn't directing anybody to do anything, and he certainly wasn't using the phone to cover his ear.
How come your grandpa was the head of psychological warfare in the Navy, and your dad's a fake pastor, and you're a zombie? I'm putting things together here. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to, harm the midterms.
Let's hear this. Let's hear this stupid assertion again.
Because this is part of the video allegations here, is that they think. They're alleging that he was on the phone immediately. He was not. He was taking social videos, which he
was not, even though Erica Kirk said he was. Erica Kirk just said,
and the phone records say it.
You saw. Well, why don't they release the phone logs? Let's see who he was on the phone with at that minute, at that second.
I thought we already know that. I thought they already looked it up, and it was Erica Kirk and not his dad, as he said.
So here's what Candace says about it.
Because Mikey was behind the tent when Charlie got shot, and Mikey, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. He puts his phone to his ear, and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that clip in its entirety. Mark is going to bring it in. So we decided to slow this clip down, and we're going to watch this clip slow down so you can see that it is exactly 834 milliseconds from the time that you hear the shot. That is how long it takes for Mikey McCoy to put the phone to his ear. Now, why is that precise timing so important? Because there's no dialing. Mikey didn't have time to dial, okay? You can't dial and put your phone to an ear in 0.834 seconds. The next time that you're going to see Mikey McCoy, as we just showed you, is in just under 2.5 seconds on the other side of the tent. He's on a phone call. So we can track Mikey, but let's watch the clip again in milliseconds so you really grasp how quickly this transpires. So when this clip was brought... There we go. We're tracking that. Yeah, when the clip was brought to my attention, I obviously have a file, a big folder of files of every angle, and I decided to track Mikey from every angle available to see, like, maybe we just missed it, and he did at some point put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down one. I don't know. Maybe we missed it. Because that seems automatic, right? 0.834. That seems pretty quick. And no, he doesn't do that. We even have him in front of Charlie's car. When Charlie is brought to the car, the waiting car rather, he is still on the phone. I can show you the clip of that. Take a look at this. Don't worry, we'll slow it down for you. See him in the background with the backpack.
There's Mikey McCoy.
Okay.
There he was, according to his dad, directing.
Oh.
The only logical conclusion that I can come up with, and many others, because I said, play devil's advocate. I want you to advocate for Mikey McCoy. I want you to play lawyer, and you are representing your client, Mikey McCoy. What was he? How did he do it this quickly? No one could win this game. The only logical conclusion we come up with was that Mikey was already on a phone call at 12:23 p.m. By 12:23 p.m. He was already on a phone call. So I said, let's go back a little earlier in the footage and see if we can find when he actually maybe dials onto the phone. Maybe we can see him pick up the phone and begin a call before the shot takes off. And then after beginning that call, if we're following this logic, that would mean he puts his phone down until Charlie gets shot. And we were able to find what we think could be that moment. And I can tell you that it is 1 minute and 45 seconds approximately before that shot goes off. And we can watch that here. You see Mikey's on his phone here, and you're going to see he pulls it up, and he starts to cover his ear again. Now, that could be unrelated. Again, we're taking a guess here. That's what made the most sense to us because we couldn't justify it in any other way. And I want to be clear, we're not here to make assumptions, okay? And we wouldn't have to make any assumptions if Turning Point USA could just tell the truth.
And release the call logs. We don't have to make any assumptions. Release them. And I want to remind our editors to make sure you black out Charlie Kirk in this video because they will demonetize it. Even if you blur it, they demonetize it. So you got to black it out. Okay, so I think Erica Kirk just revealed that the TPUSA guys are lying once again. Mikey McCoy's lying, that Blake Neff is lying, and Andrew Colbert lying. They're all lying. Okay, and nobody will address the lies. They all pretend that Candace Owens making stuff up. Well, why don't you answer the stuff she's saying? They never do.
If you just start yelling, "Stop blaming Israel," then I know Israel did it.
That's exactly
it's
right.
very simple. I could, if you paid me $7K, I could tell you how to lie better about this.
That's
guys.
right.
As a guy who's not, by the way, when this October 7th happened and they were calling it genocide, I was not comfortable with any of this. When Pasta was filling in for you and explaining it, I was not comfortable hearing any of it. Then we had Norman Finkelstein, the king, on explain the situation, and then after that, I felt just like Finkelstein, angry that I hadn't said something earlier.
Yeah. All right, and if you'd like to hear my jokes about Mikey McCoy, TPUSA, and the Charlie Kirk assassination, come see me January 11th in Waikiki, Hawaii at the Blue Note. Also, January 30th at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. jimmydore.com is the only place, or else you're going to pay more. Over to Steph.
Thank you, Jimmy. The judge says, Jimmy, can you have Baron Coleman on? Baron's been doing some good work. Thank you so much for the reminder.
I've heard good things about Baron.
Gage, I read that one from Gage. Charlie Kirk's neck was made of steel, and the Twin Towers were made of Charlie's neck bones. New rule, presidents must wear a shock collar when talking on TV, and the country must handle the control, shock them whenever they contradict what they ran on. No kidding, Saudis. I like it. Thank you for that. New York Times revealed Trump received the equivalent of $1 million annually by the time he graduated from college. Fred Trump funneled money to his son to minimizing the gift and estate taxes. Mr. Gibbs, vote blue, suck Israel's dick. Vote red, suck Israel's dick. Then they shove it up your ass dry, no lube. The lots of imagery. Thank you, Mr. Gibbs. The Princess of Monaco is pretty, though. Thank you, Giraffe Rider. Can you do a 2-hour derp on the rituals of gay magic? That's from Evan Starr.
I mean, every week I do it. All magic is gay.
Every
So
week.
can I?
Back to Mr. Jim.